You'll probably be familiar with SolGold, which is the latest of the DGR products. DGR Global is a resource company created. Ford Motor Company makes cars, we make resource companies. In previous incarnations, I've been instrumental in the creation of 14 of them, and 9 of them have been taken over, delivering 5.7 billion in Australian, that is, in cash to the shareholders. So all day, every day, the best way to add value is with smart geoscientists creating projects that come out of raw ideas, and that's what we do. We're strongly focused on expert geotechnical input to create these projects. So read this in a hurry. There's a lot more to get on with. There are a lot of forward-looking statements in this presentation, and I'm confident each one of them will deliver. So why DGR Global? Well, this company provides people with an opportunity to ride the value curve from discovery right through to development in a variety of commodities in a variety of jurisdictions with denomination on a variety of financial markets around the world. So this is a one-stop shop for people who want to invest in the spectacular value add of resource creation. We have 5 listed companies under the DGR banner. SolGold's the most obvious of them. Iron Ridge is also coming up there. It's listed on AIM in London, and an African specialist. And those of you who heard Len Kolff, the exploration manager and chief operating officer, talk about Iron Ridge yesterday, will see tremendous potential for lithium and gold growth in a number of jurisdictions in Africa. Armour Energy is an oil and gas producer in southeast Queensland in Australia, and I'm going to be telling you about another one of the subsidiaries, Army Uganda, which DGR actually owns 83% of, which we're planning on getting financed and listed in London, with some spectacular upside from oil prospects in the Rift Valley in Uganda in the Albertine Graben. So AusTin is mining tin in Tasmania and looking at developing a very large tin resource in northern New South Wales, and Dark Horse is working on lithium and gold exploration in Argentina. We expect that ultimately all of these companies will achieve the same greatness as SolGold has, and even further to go there. Unlisted, we have a number of projects focused on, a number of companies focused on projects in Queensland and Australia. They've got a little way to go yet, but still tremendous upside. We look at gold, of course. Gold is the oldest known form of money. You've got to be in it. Copper is the new iron ore. You've got to be in copper, and that's why we say you've got to be in SolGold. DGR, interestingly, is an even better value entry into SolGold than SolGold is itself. Armour, gas and oil, and in AusTin we're looking at some specialty metals there in tin and cobalt. So diverse jurisdictions, diverse metals. You can see there we're active in Australia, South America, and Africa, with listings in Australia, the UK, and Toronto in Canada. So we start with a bare geological idea, secure the tenure, generally try to be provincial with the coverage there, get a very big exploration idea, get the seed funding in, gradually turn that into a listed company with independent management, and take it right through to development. And I mentioned takeover there too, because that's generally what seems to happen. That's not necessarily desirable, but it is always lucrative. You can see there the breakdown in value for DGR. Our market cap is around about 50% of the sum of its parts, so it's definitely seriously undervalued, and I'd encourage you all to have a closer look at why, because we can't identify why. We've got plenty of news coming up where we've got a PEA coming up in SolGold, still got 12 rigs drilling there. BHP now has 11% of the company, and we've got an aggressive exploration program going on in SolGold through the rest of the country. We're looking forward to results from Iron Ridge and Dark Horse in lithium and gold exploration, and the results of wells that are being drilled back-to-back in southeastern Queensland on the Kincora gas project, and of course expansion of the tin project for AusTin. We've got a strong balance sheet with an alliance with Tribeca Natural Resource Fund. They have a $10 million convertible note in the company. It's convertible at 20 cents, and as I mentioned before, a very strong market cap a strong asset position in comparison to our market cap. Our passion for resource exploration is really driven by urbanisation and electrification. That means that you have to be in copper, you have to be in gas. Gas is the most thermally efficient, cleanest form of fossil fuel that you can get. And of course, tin, cobalt, nickel are all very interesting commodities, and lithium, of course, for the electrification story. So that's why we're doing it. From a gas point of view, this shows why gas is a much more desirable commodity to be looking at from a fossil fuel point of view in comparison to coal and oil. And that's why we have Armour, which has got a massive project in southeastern Queensland that we're producing gas from at the moment. We have around about 107 PJs of reserves at the moment, and we are producing from that. We expect that to grow very significantly. We also have some frontier basins in northern Australia where we've made significant gas discoveries, and we expect that will attract the attention of some very large US energy funds. We expect that Armour will develop much the same way as Arrow Energy did, which eventually ended up getting taken over by Shell for $3.5 billion in 2010. We're still at the early flatlining part of the emergence of one of these companies, and it's all in front of us, and the best is yet to come for Armour. Now, I want to tell you a little bit about Uganda before I run out of time here, but this project was originally in Armour. Armour decided to focus on the Kincora gas project. It's spectacularly prospective. There's upside here for around about 300 million barrels of oil in 2 of the 7 prospects that we've identified in the Kaniwataba licence in the Albertine Graben. We will be raising around about $20 million US and listing it on AIM in the near future so that we can go and drill the best of these targets. I won't dwell on the technical details here, but it does have all the same features as some of the producing fields in the Albertine Graben just to the north that Tullow's success was partly based on. In seismic, there's some spectacular looking prospects. I can take you through these at the DGR stand, and there's the resource table. So in targets 3 and 2, we can see potential for around about 300 million barrels of oil. I'm not going to dwell on this, but cobalt and tin are very important to us through AusTin, lithium and gold for Iron Ridge in Africa, and I want to tell you a little bit about copper before I have to go. But at no time like now in all of history, really, has there been such a driver for investment in copper exploration. With big projects like SolGold's projects in Ecuador, you can find the stuff very cheaply and very efficiently, and there's a huge gap between supply and demand, and that's going to drive prices strongly northwards, we believe, over the next few years, and obviously BHP feels the same way. If you superimpose our project area, which is Ecuador, over northern Chile, you cover 25% of the world's copper, and we have therefore the same sort of potential, given that we were first mover for the broad exploration program to find more of these things over Ecuador. These are the main copper belts. We see that there's the same potential here to discover things like Chuqui, Camata, or El Teniente. They're about 8 times bigger than what we've already found at Alpala. And if that wasn't good enough, we've got some spectacular logistic advantages in that we have handy ports, roads, water supply, hydroelectric power supply, international airports. This is going to save us billions when it comes to building this mine. It's delivered some of the best intersections in porphyry history. They sit in the happy company of things like Oyo Tolgoi, Grasberg, Cadia, and a long list of other great projects. We've now discovered 23.2 million ounces of gold and 10.9 million tonnes of copper in this system, and it's still getting bigger. And that's just one of 12. There's more to be found on Alpala, as you can see from the red polygons there. And we will be developing this with a about 7-kilometre decline and attending to the high grade first using a block cave mining technique. We're applying this discovery blueprint all through Ecuador on 11 other targets, and that's going to yield us with the basis for creation of a copper-gold major rather than just one project. Thank you very much, and if you have any questions, come around to the DGR stand. Thank you.